This belongs here and only to light my day.
If you support Donald Trump, you are racist. You are not only racist, you are stupid as fuck. You have no intelligence whatsoever. You should probably consider maybe checking yourself into a psych facility just to question your cognitive dissonance. I don't care if I didn't say it right. You're just not right. You cannot be right. You cannot be right if you single-handedly deny white supremacy. White supremacy is real. It's a fact. America's fucked up for what America has done to Black people. That is a fact. America has been a horrible place for Black people. That is a fact. That is not radical. What has been radical is the treatment of Black people by white people in America. That is not me being racist. That is not me being anti-white. It is a fact. There are several facts to back it up. The number one fact, and I know nobody likes to hear this, and I'll say this right now. With Black folks, with us, yes, our history does not begin with slavery, but our trauma does. Okay? Slave owners got compensated after the Civil War. The so-called South was so-called reconstructed, rebuilt. That's fine and so-called dandy, I guess. But when it comes to the compensation of Black people that weren't even so-called allowed to join the army damn near 3 years in, or to have a damn gun at least on day of battlefield. Are you kidding? Who fought so-called separately or in increments with what? Yes, that's where it starts from. And the fact that if you are a Trump supporter, you have to be a special kind of dumbass. You have to be a special kind of idiot. You have to be a special kind of coon. You really do. Have you forgotten about the Ku Klux Klan? Have you forgotten about the skinheads? The same Confederate flags that they wave in his 35,000, 40,000 populated events. The same flag that he waves with the 12 or 13 states, whatever's on there, are the 12 or 13 states that wanted to keep slavery. They wanted to keep slavery. And you align yourself with those same folks. You align yourself with the same folks that had the ideology to keep you legally enslaved. That was the point of the Civil War, was the right to enslave niggers. And you are the enslaved nigger. And I say that with all the strength of my ancestors. There's something wrong with you. Do not miss me with Biden, miss me with any other and every other leader right now other than the so-called leader that you support. Miss me with it. Miss me with it. Do you think Harriet Tubman would have been campaigning for Robert E. Lee? I'm sorry. Do you think Harriet Tubman would have been campaigning for Jefferson Davis? Think about it. Do you think Frederick Douglass would have been campaigning for Jefferson Davis? Oh, well, I would eventually would have freed slaves. It was just the fact that just someone telling us to free slaves, and telling us when to free slaves, that's crossing the line. That's pretty much it. And we're supposed to be okay with that. We're supposed to be cool with that. No. Another deal. There's no such thing as reverse racism. Reverse racism is on the same lines as like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I'm not racist if I say white people ain't shit for what they did to black people. It's not racist. I'm not racist for saying that. In the same breath as the so-called Wells Fargo, and yes, I have Wells Fargo. Unfortunately, I will be switching my bank. Switch yours, whatever, to a black-owned bank. But Wells Fargo, for example, in the same breath, how he could say, well, you know what? There's not a lot of black candidates that, are to pull, from talent. Okay, so then all black people, all my talented black people, all my black people that are super dope in the numbers in the accounting game, don't apply to Wells Fargo. Take your talent somewhere else or make your own Wells Fargo and beat them out. But you know what? Donald Trump doesn't want you to do that. No, he doesn't want you to do that. He doesn't want you to do that. He's not interested in that. He's not interested in economic advancement for black people. Ooh, he gave a handful of money to historically black colleges. Ooh, historically black colleges that are already in millions and millions of debt, that are already in millions and millions of trying to just stay above water. Ooh, thank you for keeping their lights on for the next 10, 15 years. Ooh, you got so-and-so out of jail. Centonia Brown should have not ever been in jail. Centonia Brown Long, should have never been in jail. The piece of shit that she very well did us a favor for was a pedophile who was getting ready to pay for sex from a child. She was a child. It doesn't matter if she looked 20 or she's 15 and she got the body of a 20. That was a child. She was a child. And he was trying to pay for sex from a child. And I don't care if she changed her mind. I don't care what the issue was. He was going to kill her. He was going to kill her. And it was going to be her or him. And that is the story of so many sex workers. It's so ironic to put down the sex worker. It's so ironic to say, oh, that prostitute, that whore, she's going to put up her. You never, ever, ever, I rarely ever hear the other end, the other spectrum, the other side of the so-called customer, the so-called trick. These ideals, these attitudes do not serve you. How does Donald Trump serve you? What I just mentioned, how does all of this serve you? It doesn't. It really doesn't. And, all skin folk, yes, ain't kinfolk. And in this case, you could sit on this middle finger and you could spin if you were a Donald Trump supporter. You are a special kind of idiot.